Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2019 mid-month general reading. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers and first-timers, and welcome back to followers and subscribers. And thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and send in all your support, feedback, and comments. And always a big note of gratitude to all of my clients out there for keeping me so busy with personal readings. And if any of you are interested in scheduling a personal reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below or clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond to your initial request within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling the actual reading is pretty good too. I do readings full-time 6 days a week. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent at working with both your schedule and mine to get you readings as quickly as we can. So if you're interested, shoot me an email and we'll set something up for you. All right, let's move right into this. This reading is for the water sign of Scorpio for the remainder of June 2019. If you know your rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, watch those as well. It can provide additional clarification. As many of you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody watching because everybody has different lives. Okay, Scorpio. We begin with Justice, followed by the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the High Priestess. So Scorpio, it looks like many of you are quite concerned about an issue that has something to do with your financial and material independence and self-sufficiency. We have Justice and the Nine of Swords. So here's all this stress, anxiety, worry, but too much so. The Nine of Swords usually shows up when someone is in fear of something which hasn't played out yet. So they're wondering, you know, what's going to happen if this happens? What do I do if this happens? What do I do if this doesn't happen? They're trying to kind of write the script for something which hasn't played out yet and trying to imagine the outcome, and it's usually the worst possible outcome. Thinking about it over and over again, obsessive thinking, staying up late at night thinking about it, you know, maybe interfering with your sleep. It's sometimes called the insomnia card. But it's somewhat illusionary energy, meaning that, let me adjust my camera here, meaning that the source of your stress, anxiety, and worry is likely valid, but the Nine of Swords usually comes up when someone is worrying about it and making it much worse, you know, building it up to be this great big huge horrible thing in your head, and the reality is not that bad. So cut back on some of this energy, and it's about whether how something is going to work out and whether it's going to be fair or not. For some of you, it might be an actual legal situation. It might be and because it, you know, it has to do with the Nine of Pentacles, your independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, being able to take care of yourself and live a good, decent, comfortable life without having to rely or ask on anybody else, and being quite happy in it too. So it's about this. So for some of you, this could be, you know, we're not too far past tax season. It might be, you know, owing the IRS money and trying to figure out how this is going to work out for you. It might be, some of you might be going through divorce and wondering about child support, alimony. You might be in the middle of a legal case and suing somebody, or somebody might be suing you. I feel like some of you are waiting on wanting to win a case that has to do with enough money that you're going to be able to either obtain financial and material independence and security, or maintain financial independence and security as well. The Nine of Pentacles is followed by the Knight of Cups, which is an offer coming to you. It can be, I mean, Cups is water energy, so it's emotional, can be love. This is an offer of love or an offer of support. The Knight of Cups comes in a very emotional, you know, I love you, I want to help you, here's, you know, what I'm offering. So some of you are waiting on help. Some of you may be waiting on help in a legal situation, but it has to do with your money, your finances, your security. Pentacles is earth energy, and and it usually is about the earthly things in our life: finances, money, assets, property, etc., job. It's about the safety and stability of the actual physical structure of our lives. And this is a woman who is able to take care of herself very well without relying on anybody else. She enjoys her life and who she is. So the issue is whether or not the stress here, whether it's divorce, whether it's the IRS, whether it's being sued or suing somebody else, the concern, all of this concern, it's too much concern. All of this concern is about your financial and material independence and self-sufficiency, and your ability to either obtain it or maintain it based on what you're either waiting to receive or waiting to see if you're going to have to pay out. Now, Spirit here is asking you basically to, with the High Priestess, to listen, to pay attention, but not necessarily, I don't think this is the time to act, because the High Priestess, she's intuitive. She doesn't say very much, but when she does, it's usually pretty profound. She spent a lot of time, because she's so spiritual, connected to the divine, which is our intuition. Some people call it gut instinct, some people call it their higher self. I just call it intuition. It's the conduit by which Spirit connects with us to send us messages, repeating dreams, inspiration, which seems to come out of nowhere. So she allows that intuition. She kind of goes under all of these circular thoughts and the surface emotions of fear, and she listens to what her intuition is telling her. But it's not a card that speaks so much of action just at this time. It just seems like you're like waiting to see how something is playing out, and you're being asked to wait just a little bit longer. But try very hard, Scorpio, to cut back on this stress and anxiety, because it's more than the reality of the situation actually would call for. And it's not going to do you, it's not going to affect the outcome one way or the other. I think you're being asked to just wait just a little bit longer, because I have a feeling that this isn't going to last very much longer. So this looks like a bit of a challenging time. So let's pull one or two final advice and guidance cards from Spirit to see how you can best deal with this, at least through the last part of June. Advice and guidance for Scorpio. Okay, we have, the Hanging Man and the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, which path do I choose? Which action do I take? What do I do? Do I do this or do I do that? Do I go left or do I go right? Spirit's asking you to not take any action just at this time, at least not for the last half of June if you can avoid it. Because the Hanging Man doesn't. He's kind of similar to the High Priestess, and he trusts in divine timing and orchestration. And so he hangs back. He's hanging upside down in an awkward and uncomfortable position, which kind of speaks to, it's kind of a symbolic representation of how uncomfortable it is to not go in and act immediately, especially when your thoughts are going around and your emotions are high. He may in fact want to rush in and speed up an outcome or force an outcome or manipulate or maneuver things, because it's very difficult to sit and wait. But he understands he doesn't have all the information yet. Things are still playing out. That divine timing and orchestration is at play. So even though he may want to, he hangs upside down, meaning that he doesn't insert himself in this situation. He understands that it's temporary, so he's waiting to see how things play out, which is difficult. It's a bit self-sacrificial, but you gain more in the long run. And also, while he's doing that and watching things play out, he's gaining a different perspective and a different or deeper understanding and awareness of the situation too, because more is being revealed as things continue to play out. So that's your advice for the remainder of June, Scorpio. I know it's a little difficult. It's one of those readings. I sometimes have those with personal readings where a client has been waiting so long to find out about something, or and what I see is that they have to wait just a little bit longer, and that's kind of what I'm feeling for you. But I feel like this, you actually may hear something or get that news or whatever it is that you're waiting to come to you, or that help, maybe towards the very end of June, maybe even the last week of June or the very beginning of July. So for now, just kind of don't shoot the messenger. Just kind of hang tight with the energy of the Hanging Man. And it's about kind of watching things play out, but not choosing that path just quite yet, because I think something else is coming in. So Scorpio, that pretty much wraps up your June 2019 mid-month general reading. I hope you found it helpful and useful. If this video resonated for you, or if any of the other videos resonated for you and you'd like to take another look at it, or you'd like to take a look at any of the other reading services that I offer, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you. You can click on the description link below for more info and contact details. I do love and romance compatibility charting, relationship compatibility, career, work, and finance, investment readings, gift readings. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months in all the main areas, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And a wide variety of general free-flowing readings where we can take a look at a variety of different things, anywhere from 15 minutes up to 90 minutes. So there's a few different things to kind of mull over if you are interested. I look forward to hearing from those of you who are. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July 2019 general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, patience, and strength, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.